Welcome back to the channel. It is now starting to become spring and we have some stuff that we need to do to get ready for lawn maintenance. One of them is to reconnect all the water lines. So if you remember, in the fall I had to go around and shut off some water lines, blow them out and pick up all the hoses, and in this video we're going to put them all back out and I'll show you how I do that on our property. I'm also looking for some suggestions on some fixes, and we'll deal with that when I get there and we can talk about it then. But first off, we're going to put some fuel in the BX. We're also going to go down and take the box blade off and put the wood chipper on, and then we'll go and put the water lines out. So I think this winter I used two 20 liters or 5-gallon jugs of fuel for the snow blowing that I did. And just to recap, we snow blowed 16 times this year. So that was a pretty good snowfall. We got most of that at the very end where we were hoping for spring. But we got dumped on quite a bit at the end, so that was where most of the extra time came from. So let me know in the comments how far along you guys are with your spring projects. This is basically weekend one, and some things we have to do is a lot of tree processing. We've got a lot of down trees. I want to do all the hedges that are on the property, and I want to paint all the wooden fences this year. So I'll be looking for recommendations on things like wood stain, that kind of thing. It's really empty. It's taking the whole thing. So now that that's done, let's go down and switch out the box blade for the wood chipper. All right, I absolutely love the quick connect, the quick hitch. That is great. Yes, you still need to fiddle with it a bit. It's not like always in the commercials where they just come in and pick it up. You have to wiggle it because it is a heavy piece of equipment, but there we go. So, box blade is off. My tiller is there. The wood chipper is now on. We have the pallet forks because we're gonna grab underneath this green pool all the hoses that will move around. So we can do that. The other thing I did not do yet is I did not connect the PTO shaft, but we're not doing wood chipping in this video, so that will be a later date. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the snowblower up, give it a complete maintenance, wash, clean, whatever, and then we're going to put it in the coverall, and that's where my implements will stay this summer, getting ready for winter. So the other thing I wanted to mention is the stick survives. So whoever said that they would survive has done so brilliantly through the winter. Give yourselves an A+ for that. And we will be taking this up and putting it in the garage at some point as well. So let's just grab the pallets of hoses and we'll get to putting them out. So I don't know what happened here. I guess that we had those tires stacked, so it must have fallen over somehow, but I don't know. So let's see if there's anything living under here. Nope, good. All right, we'll grab this. All right, so this is the main impetus of where most of the hoses go, and we'll also be putting the snowblower in the shed as well, so that'll be cleaning up this area. Okay, So for the uninitiated or new to the channel, welcome, thank you very much. The way this works is, this is my hydrant. If you haven't yet seen the video, I have a whole build series on running pressurized water from the house year round to the hydrant that goes 6 feet into the ground. So the water comes up from the house here and out the spigot. That's normal. So you turn it on, you get water. But I didn't want hoses running to the 2 water dishes for the pigs. So what I did was I put a manifold in the back, right here, and I run from the hose, from the hydrant, into the top of this, and then I have it split into 3 ways. One is the pigs, one is the other pigs, and this is for a hose that hangs on this reel. So that's what I do for that. And then it goes underground and it comes up here into a valve on the water dish, so it can never run out and it always refills. And then here as well, this one then splits off and goes out to the greenhouse over there, which we'll be doing shortly. So let's just get what hoses I need for this. We'll get this set up because it's a bit of a mess. And I can never really remember which hoses go where. So this looks like the one for down here. I've also seemed to have misplaced the quick connects, so I'll just go by figuring it out. Don't know what that's for. This is probably for inside. I'll also explain the color coordination on the Gardena quick connects. Gray is open all the time and black has a cutoff. So I put that on the inside, so if I have to take the dishes out, I can unplug it and water won't keep spraying. If you use the gray ones on the end, then they'll just keep spewing water. You have to turn off at the source. So this is what I was talking about earlier about some ideas. I wanted these separate to go from the chickens and the pigs on this side to the greenhouse, but I didn't want that one to be permanent, so I've just run it around the ground, and I've got a splitter here. But I'd just like to clean this up because it's kind of ugly. I think that goes like that. Something like that. I'll fix that later, if that's even the right hose. This is for the shop side. This is for the black. So again, gray and black. Black goes inside. That. The other thing that I've noticed is, and I think everyone's noticed this, is the quality of garden hoses has substantially subsided over the years, and they kink really easy and just a pain to work with. So if you know of any hoses that are really good that don't kink and the ends don't split and leak, please let us know in the comments. So that line comes up here to a tap, and then I just put this on here and I'll screw this on. All right. That's done, that's done. Now we're just gonna make the connection back to the bowls. So then what I do is I leave that open all summer long so that it pressurizes everywhere. So what we're gonna do is just turn this on slowly. Let's see if we have any leaks. There. Find that one needs a bit of a tightening. It's got it. So we'll just watch that. That's good. That's pressurized. All right. Hi, Petey. There we go. All right, now we'll just turn this one on. There we go. Now we'll check this one. All right, so this one's on. We'll just turn this valve on. We'll turn this valve on. And that turns on the other one. We'll go make sure that one works. There we go. And that doesn't look like it's leaking. So then this one I just turn off and relieve the pressure. There we go. So that is down at the farm done. Now we go up and do around the dog, the shop, the shed, and the far garden. This one's still going, so hopefully it's not leaking at the source. But that looks good. Oh, I've got one more. We have one more hose that goes on here. I don't remember. All right, I can't figure out which hose goes on the saddle there. So we're gonna go do the rest of them, and then by process of elimination, we'll see what's available. right, this one basically just has to do this garden, so it doesn't have to be a long hose. So I think we're going to use this one. And this one as well just gets connected. There we go. Turn that off. Now, this hose goes underground and comes up in the dog area where it tees off to a dog dish, and then it goes underneath the patio behind the hot tub and connects to the water line there. So we'll do, and I don't put a hose in there because the dogs chew it. So we'll just go make sure that the bucket, which is the black bucket right there, is connected in the right spot, so we can just turn it on and fill it. And then we'll go work on where the hot tub is. Go like that. All right, so this one I'm not going to really show you, but behind the barbecue is where it comes out of the house. It then goes into a hose that goes down to the ground. There's a spigot for the hot tub, then it runs across the garden to the doghouse, and then it runs underground to the shed. So that is this connection here. So I'm going to go make that now. All right, and the next one is this spigot comes out of the house, and it feeds our underground line that runs to the far garden, which is behind that hedge right there. So we will hook that up and go and put the hoses over there. The other thing I do is I put a T on this one to have a hose here. This one goes here. And this is the other hose I want to fix. I want it to come straight up. I hate this bend in it. It makes it very awkward. Oh, this one doesn't even have a... This doesn't even have a washer, so I'm going to steal it out of this one. Turn this one off, leave that one on. All right, let's go put the other ones up. in this one. We'll go turn the water on. Well, got water, that's good. All right, and this one gets the light green and the black soaker hoses. Right, and the last one goes up to the front of the house. So this one I don't have a hose reel or a stirrup for, but I run it through the garden. I just kind of throw it in this front window bay here. It's not ideal, but I want to put one on the side of the house, but I just haven't done it yet. On. I'm thinking of getting one of those hose reels for this side. Let me know in the comments what you suggest. There. Put a nozzle on the end of it. Let the air out. And the last one is in front of the shop. Right, the last one is here. This one is also fed off of, where are you? This one is also fed off of the one by the hot tub that goes to the dog area that comes around the shop to here. And to be honest with you, this is the nicest hose I have, even though it's probably the oldest. I think it was actually left here by the previous owner. good. There we go. And I lost the hose because clearly this is not the one that goes down by the farm, which I don't know where it is, so I don't know what happened. So maybe it's in the shed. Maybe I'll go back and look at my old video, which when I took these off in the fall. So stick around. So thanks very much for watching. That is how we get our water system ready for the spring and summer. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.